drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Happy holidays. Excuse me. My name is Kyle Gray. The show Ruin an Hour is a safe place to talk about anything you want: addiction, sobriety, anxiety, depression, mental health, anything absolutely under the sun. Live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Ruin Your Day. It's Christmas today, and I'm in Colorado, spending it with my family. For everybody out there, I've been off the internet for, I think, a couple days now, and for me, that's a big deal. If you know me personally, I'm a guy that's really attached to Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot, and recently I've been going through, not recently, but the past year and a half, I've been going through a pretty bad heartbreak, and for the past couple months, it's been eating me alive practically. And all I've wanted to do recently is just tweet really negative stuff that probably scares a lot of people that are close to me. So I just decided to delete it. I didn't delete my account, but I'm just staying off Twitter for I don't know how long. I really don't know. It's kind of tricky with me because, we could bring up the conversation of social media being a toxic element in a lot of people's lives. Unfortunately for me and my career, it's a promotional tool. So it's tough for me to really step away from it because it's like 17,000 people that I have access to like that. It's like my last tweet was like that I'm lost, and that's how I feel. I feel really lost nowadays. From my heart, at least. Everything else, I feel like I'm very in tune with who I am as a human. But heartbreak has really made me feel lost in a lot of ways emotionally. But aside from that, guys, I feel like all I do is talk about myself on here sometimes, and I've been feeling pretty guilty about that recently. So I'd like to talk about you guys today. Let's go to the chat. Also, really quick before we get into this, I have been keeping these public on my page. If anybody has a problem with that, just tell me, during the session, be like, hey, can we make this unlisted? And I have no problem with it. But I feel like moving forward, it might be best to just keep these public because therefore people can view them that when they don't have access to view these live, because a lot of people live in different countries, different time zones where they can't tune in. So, yeah. But how's everybody doing? Andrea Speaks. It's good that you can recognize it and take a step away from it. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's when you're moving forward and not looking back. Congratulations, bro. John Adams, thank you. Above Elements. Yo, Avo, I'm starting to print some hoodies and launching a clothing label. Could I send you one, bro? Of course, man. Of course. Just text me or DM me, and I'll text me. I'm going to put my real number in the chat today, and I'll send you my address. George, I'm 21 as of the 14th of December, and it seems like everyone wants me to get drunk. Is there anything I can say so people can stop offering me drinks? George, all you got to say if you don't want to drink is that. Just say I don't want to drink. That's all you need to say, man. There's no trump card or anything like that. People should respect you saying no matter what that is in life. Whether that's drinking, any decision you make, if you say no to that, the people close to you should respect that. So I don't think turning 21 is you have to do anything. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to. So I guess skipped a couple. I feel lost when you feel lost, bro. Thanks, Anthony. I do appreciate that. But that's another reason why I'm kind of stepping away is because I feel like sort of accountable in some sense, especially with this channel, that I'm supposed to be kind of positive all the time. And the fact is that I'm not. These past 2 months, I've been nothing but negative, really negative, terrible to the point where I'm questioning if I'm actually really depressed or not. But it's good to question these things. Harith, do you think you'll ever drink socially again, or are you going to stay 100% sober? Well, Harith, at this point in my life, I feel like I've benefited more by staying sober than I have by drinking. So I think for the future, I don't see myself drinking anytime socially. I don't think I'm missing out anything. If anything, there's been nothing but positive changes in my life since I stopped drinking alcohol. Like I just had dinner last night, last night with my sister-in-law's family, and all they could talk about, like they didn't even. It's not like they went that long without seeing me. They just saw me like last year. But even then, they like the first thing they said was like, "Whoa, you look so good." That's all they could talk about was like, "You look great." And like everybody always compliments me and like all the lifestyle changes I've made. It's been really inspiring. Like the ripple effect it's made in my family. I'm super grateful for it, and I don't really look back on changing that ever. George, appreciate that, man. Like whenever you need me, I'm here, dude. Daniel, we don't expect that from you. You can be human. The last thing we want is to put more pressure, stress on you. Daniel, you don't. I'm just being honest. That's all. But I appreciate you, Daniel. That means a lot, man. I know this is an off-topic question, but how are you feeling about Surf and Lux? I feel great about it. It's an amazing matchup. It's okay to not be okay. Agreed with that. I know that I'm not beating myself up that I'm sad. That's for sure. It's just after being sad for like a year and a half, it starts to wear at you. It starts to be like, God damn, dude. Like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Never know when you're going to go. Tell your people you love them when they're here. Sunday. Completely agree with that, man. Completely agree with that. Love Elements. Yo, album, my fellow writers. Do you have any 2020 goals? Yeah. What are your guys' 2020 goals? It's Christmas today. The New Year's is right around the corner. What do you guys want to accomplish in the new year? I often wonder if I'm depressed or just upset with my current situation. I think when you still feel down, even when everything... Robert Stack, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Means a lot, Robert. Love you, man. I think that when you still feel down, even when everything is going the way you want on paper, that's when you're depressed. No name, thank you, Merry Christmas. Yeah, depression is an interesting thing. I don't think I'm depressed at all. I think I'm just really heartbroken, and heartbreak can last forever. But even though my base level is sad, I know that my life is incredible and I'm blessed in every way, shape, and form. So I'm just sad that I'm not with the woman I love. That's it. That's all. My goal is to learn fluent Spanish in the next year so I can take my family to Cuba. Oh, talk to my family in Cuba. Daniel, that's fucking awesome, man. How fluent in Spanish are you currently? Can you speak it pretty good? That's incredible. Uncle Dirtnap, my 2020 goal is to get off dope. Well, you got this, man. You could totally do it. 2020 is the fucking year you get off dope. My goal for this year is to drop my album, get more battles, hopefully catch the Eye of Ruin Your Day, and join the roster. Van Burnish, hell yeah, dude. Just keep fucking pushing. Keep putting that shit out. You already got my eye, man. Believe me. Alex Zagami, yeah, I'm kind of going through a lot. It gets real for everybody. Alex, what are you going through, man? Now is the time to talk about that. I've crafted and perfected this loophole of escape mechanisms for myself to help me escape reality, and I just keep jumping from one to other. I feel like I'm trapped and can't find a way out. D-Hopnissa. What are you trying to escape in your life? Like, what are you trying to escape? Do I see myself getting back with her? I mean, I do, but she doesn't. And it takes two to tango. But realistically, I don't think it's going to happen because, like I said, it takes two to tango. But I still love her more than anything in the world. My goal is to lose 30 more pounds, down 50, 30 to go. Harith, incredible, dog. That's amazing. You lost 50 pounds? That's big. That's really fucking amazing, man. You got this. If you lost 50, you can lose 30. You fucking totally got this. Major goals, find employment, finish my associates, see a therapist consistently. 312, yeah, hell yeah. That's my goal too, actually, for 2020, is to go back to a therapist on a consistent basis because I've stopped for a multitude of different reasons, financial, and just to call myself on it. I haven't wanted to go sometimes. And I need to own up to that shit. So I agree with those goals as well. That's really good goals. Since the birth of my son 2.5 years ago, I stopped partying and focused strongly on work and providing. I don't see my friends much, so watching Watch is like meeting with old friends. Thank you, Avo. Colin, that's amazing to hear that, man, and also congrats on having a son. I'm very, very envious of that. Like, raising a kid is probably the most gratifying thing on this planet. So, congrats to you, dude. And congrats to owning up to, like, quitting back on partying and, like, owning up to responsibility. That's fucking big. You're a great father. Like, missing first Christmas since getting divorced. I'm definitely struggling today. Glad I get to hear some Avo advice today. Chris, yeah, man. I mean, I have a lot of friends actually that are going through the same thing as you. I have one close friend who just got a divorce this year, and this is his first holiday season that he's spending alone. And I know that it's really, really hard, man. I know that last year was really rough for me. That was my first holiday season without my ex-girlfriend, and it's really rough too because my family and her were really close. So it's still rough right now. It's rough, but I'm here, man. You want to talk to me? I'm here. We can be together through the internet. Also, to pass my damn road test because I failed and buy a car is a huge goal. Hell yeah, Desi, pass that road test. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be fucking big. Sorry if I'm missing anybody's questions or anything like that. Same thing. We're all trying to escape from. Imagine my thoughts and reality. Dihapanissa. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true, man. Everybody's trying to find some escape. That's why anybody does anything. That's why a lot of people start drinking. But, yeah, escapism is a huge thing. I was just wondering if there was something else, like a little more serious that you're trying to escape from, possibly. No, Daniel, I haven't tried meditation. But I should. I should get into it. January 1st is a Wednesday, too. We're going to be spending New Year's Day with you, too, Avo. Yep, Desi. I'm going to be live every Wednesday, no matter what. No matter fucking what. Holidays or not. Desi, sorry to hear that you failed your test, but you can take it again. That's the best part about failing is that you can always get back up and try again and be better than the first time. Anthony, no, I mean, drinking was definitely part of the reason why me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, but the bigger part of it was that I was cheating on her for a huge portion of our relationship, in a very, very traumatic way. I was making pornography behind her back, and I couldn't stop for 3 years. Then I stopped, and the last, like, year and a half we were together, I wasn't doing that, but the damage had already been done. It was too traumatic, and that's why we can't get back together, is the damage is too much to get through. Even though we both love each other a lot. Yeah, so don't cheat. I've been a disloyal lover in every single one of my relationships. Every single one I've cheated in. And it's a part of my sex addiction, and going to therapy and really understanding myself is how I got a hold of it. So, yeah. Drew, thank you, man. Appreciate you. That means a lot, dude. It's okay, yes, but it will cost like $500. Fuck, I'm sorry about that. That sucks. That's not cheap at all. Van, congrats on being consistent with therapy. Being consistent with therapy is so fucking prime, man. Harith, I started seeing a therapist and got medical help in large part because of this channel. I was in a dark time after getting help, I appreciate it. Harith, congrats, dude. Taking the fucking steps towards getting better. That's big. Super hyped for you. My true potential is much more. I plan on looking more deeply into Astanga yoga and finding freedom again, to put it simply. Yep, that's great. Yoga is such a great tool for people to use to unlock potential within themselves. It's really incredible. Ever since the Thanksgiving edition of Ruin Your Hour. Hell yeah, Van. That's amazing to hear. Artur, Avo, ever since I've been sober, I've been more depressed as I don't have any instant gratifications. Basically, I'm left alone with my thoughts. Yeah, I mean, that will happen, dude, like, honestly, but the thing is, it's not that you're more depressed, the thing is, I could see a lot of people saying that when they quit drinking or something like that, when they feel depression or feel bad about their current life situation, but the thing is, you're not more depressed. What's happening is that you're feeling your actual real thoughts pass through you, your real feelings are being there now. you're not numbing them out. Because when you drink, you're not getting rid of any problems, rid of any feelings. What you're really doing is just pushing them to the side for the time being, and they're just going to be there once you stop drinking. They're always going to be there. So when you eliminate drinking, you're just facing them on all the time, and that allows you to get through them, to work through those problems, to be a better human. I know it's hard, man. I know it's fucking hard. But you just got to stay true, man. And being sober is the only way you can get through your issues. You cannot get through any issues in life by drinking, period. You're not going to get through, you're not going to find any resolution to any life problem by drinking. Drinking's only going to make things worse, or it's just going to keep you where you're at. It's not going to solve anything for you. So, Chris, I appreciate you, man. I'm not going to stop this. Definitely never going to stop this. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, man. A book would be interesting, but a documentary is more in pocket, though. I did an interview with Avo, but I'm still editing it, doing to life stuff. Oh, if I wrote a book? I got to get better at reading first. I got to read more books. I've still not finished that book I started, A State of Affairs. It's about infidelity because it's so hard for me to read because it breaks my fucking heart that I was that person for so long. So I found myself hurting more while drinking and masked my emotions with intoxication. Once I stopped drinking and admitted the self-truth, I started to get better. Of course, man. Of course. That's the biggest thing. I recommend everyone try therapy. I agree with that. Echo that sentiment 100%. And I know that the holidays are a really tough time. I know that Thanksgiving for me was really hard. November was a fucking really bad month for me. It was the month of my birthday. It was ironically also the month of my ex-girlfriend's birthday. We're both Scorpios. And Thanksgiving is a really hard time for me. All the holidays are. All those times that you're supposed to be really happy and you're surrounded by your family and friends. It's great, but at the same time I can it's making me feel terrible. So I know that a lot of other people go through that too. But know that the best thing you can do around those times is to surround yourself with family and friends, and to just try to push through those, because feelings are transient, emotions are transient. There's nothing in the emotional capacity that requires an immediate reaction. There's nothing. There's no emotion that will make you react a certain way. We all have the propensity to change, Avo. The person you were doesn't define who you are. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. And I know that. I know, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to, I don't know, hard to see that. I'm literally the fridge. Hey, man. Thank you. I also want to say I know you from YouTube for a long time because your username is really amazing. So amazing to see you in here, dog. Salute to you. I know you've been a fan of Battle Rap for a real long time. Raj Bat XP. How do you deal with the fear of failure? International student in Canada, didn't do well, cost a huge financial blow. This is a pretty big issue. Ironically, actually, in my family, I have a sibling who is crippled by the fear of failure. And the thing about this is that failure is as much part of success as success is. Failure, if anything, failure is the most important part of success because it makes you succeed. If you've never failed at anything in life, chances are you're not doing anything very good, and you're not doing anything to the utmost potential that you could be doing that. Failure is, I've learned from every single one of my failures. I've never really learned that much from success, to be honest with you. For a prime example, me, I'm heartbroken right now because my last relationship failed, but this failure and the struggle has taught me more about myself than any success has. It's pushed me to be a better person than any success has. So you shouldn't feel failure, but you should look at failure as a part of the process. It's just a part of the process. Failure only cripples you if you allow it to cripple you. You got to get back up and try again, try again, try again. Because each time you get back up, you get stronger. Each time you try again, you grow. Living in that uncomfortability of failure pushes you to be the biggest human you can possibly be. Failure is the most important thing that we can go through as human beings because it teaches us the true spirit of who we are, and that we can't be broken, that failure won't break us, that, you know, no matter what, we're going to rise again and try again. So I know that you were saying that you're crippled by the financial needs of a school that you went to, but that's the thing, is that you can, like, financial failure also is an interesting thing, because it's like money to me is not an important thing. I know some people it is an important thing, but money is only powerful if you let it be powerful over you. Because you owe money, nobody's gonna come and kill you. They're not gonna like really like come to your house with pitchforks or anything, you know. So you gotta just keep trying, man. Failure is really important, and it's a beautiful thing. And failure is a really important thing in life. So I know it's very scary, and I know that it can be really crippling. But looking at it from the perspective of, if I fail at this, I'm not gonna let this deter me from my journey. All I'm gonna do is just buckle down, find what I need to change in the process, and try again. Because that's what I did. I mean, that's what I did with my relationship. You know, like, I thought I was gonna be with this woman forever. I still, to this day, part of me feels like I'm going to be with this woman who I don't even talk to anymore forever. And I didn't basically, like, when we broke up, I wasn't like, well, that's it. I'm gonna keep drinking and I'm gonna start shooting porn again and just like go back into my bad ways. I was like, no, I'm gonna start being a person I want to be. I'm gonna start being a person that I'm proud of, that I can say that I'm proud of who Kyle Gray is. I'm proud of what I do in my life. I'm proud that, like, I do battle rap for a living. I'm proud that I really make something that I really love better. I'm proud that I have this show. I'm proud that I talk to all you guys. I'm proud that I'm sober. I'm proud that I don't shoot porn. I'm proud that I don't hurt people anymore. I'm proud that I'm there for my family. Like, and this all came from a big failure in my life. So you just got to look at failure through a perspective of it being part of the journey. So, yeah. Hell yeah, Fridge. Thank you, Daniel. Merry Christmas, Supreme 14. I should get a cat. Yeah, I like cats. I used to have a dog. My ex-girlfriend and me had a dog together. I haven't seen her in like over 2 months now, and that sucks. But hopefully I'll see her someday. But I'm better, I guess, or something. I don't know. But yeah, what else you guys want to chat about? I want to like focus more on the chat today instead of just being all on me. Henry, how's it going? How you doing? Let's see, what else did people talk about? Maybe I could go back to another question. Scotty, thank you. Have you ever considered just getting an audiobook with a waterproof Bluetooth speaker? You can finish a book. Yep. I've considered doing audiobooks. I don't know, something about them I don't really fuck with, though. I like the physical act of reading more. Spent my Christmas Eve last night at the gym. That's fucking huge, man. Anybody have any issues quitting chewing tobacco? I haven't been able to. Harith. I imagine that's just as hard as quitting tobacco in general, so I empathize with that, man. You just gotta keep trying, man. Like, I quit smoking cigars in February, and although that's not the same thing, kind of is. Every now and then I'm still kind of tempted to smoke a cigar. And I think the biggest thing you can think about when you're trying to quit anything is how bad you'll feel afterwards. Especially with chewing tobacco, probably makes your breath smell really bad and probably makes your, like, I don't know, overall hygiene not that good. So focus on that when you want to chew. Just be like, ugh, I'm going to feel bad afterwards. And then I'm probably going to be a little bit disappointed in myself. So, yeah, I would think about that shit. Dirty 4.5. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. How about weed addiction? Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big person into smoking weed, but I know that people around me that have quit smoking weed, it's been the same thing as the case of people that quit drinking, is that they wean themselves off of it and kind of just thought about, like doing, like how they would feel afterwards. Like they would feel disappointed, like how it was really, making them feel. Is it productive? I would just think of that. Like I think of that whenever, like I'm like, is it really helping me? Like that's the biggest thing when you're trying to quit something, is to think about, is this really pushing me forward? Is it numbing me, or is it pushing me forward? Artur Harith, I quit chewing tobacco for 2 months ago. I was addicted to it for 8 years. The only way I did it was semen retention, as it literally changed my life. That's dope to hear, Artur. Fuck yeah, man. Above elements, for me, I found myself trying to numb the present and escape life with smoking. It was chasing a high that I once felt through romantic love. Its greatest high is life, my man. I promise. That's good advice. That's very good advice, above elements. The greatest high is life. Thank you, Orlando. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like, a lot of people always like ask me, like, after I quit drinking, like, did life get more boring? And not at all. Like, if anything, life became more amazing after I quit drinking. Like, I was way more entertained with life and doing anything. Because when I used to drink, I used to be like, oh, I'm bored as hell, I'll just drink. And I was just bored with just anything in life. I was bored just sitting around, like. And you're not supposed to just be bored, like, with life in general, man. Like, life is not boring. Life is incredible. So after I quit drinking, life actually became way more interesting. Have you noticed any health benefits after quitting drinking? Of course, immense health benefits. I mean, I lost a bunch of weight. I'm way more healthy than I've ever been. Physically, I'm more athletic than I've ever been in my entire life. I'm 35, and I would smoke my 25-year-old's ass in the gym nowadays. Like, there was a while before the holidays that I was running 8 to 10 miles a day, like, no problem, then walking home from the gym. So, yeah, like, everything is better now that I quit drinking. Like, all the health. Like, I'm super fucking healthy. I feel like the healthiest I've ever been. Put on top of that I also eat really healthy now, and I don't eat a lot of meat, and I don't drink anything but water. And this is funny, like, I'm drinking sparkling water right now, and I never drink sparkling water, actually. I just drink alkaline water. So, yeah, there's a lot of health benefits that I noticed after quitting drinking. Daniel, thank you, man. I also got a fucking baby face. Like, if I shaved my face, I would look 13. Think about your future and opportunities you can open for yourself after you quit smoking weed, and also the money you save. That's some good advice. Saving money is a great way to quit doing anything that's super addictive. That's probably like eating a hole in your bank account. Yoava, when you quit drinking, was the thought of alcohol on your mind all day, or was it there a certain amount of time that you would really crave it? Yeah, when I first quit drinking, my process was this. I quit drinking 3 years ago for 100 days, and then basically throughout that whole process, I was pretty much I was just kind of waiting until I could drink again, like I was white knuckling. So I don't really view that as me getting sober, but this time, when I quit drinking, I just fucking one day woke up and I was like, I want to stop drinking, and then I like just named, I'm like, I'm going to stop for a year. And the first week, it was kind of rough. I like found myself like kind of wanting to drink a little bit, But after like the first week, it's like I never feel triggered to drink or feel the inclination or temptation to drink anymore at all. Like ever, like at all anymore. After feeling all the health benefits, does it still become a struggle to not have a drink, knowing how it would affect the benefits? Yeah, exactly. Dylan, that's another thing. Like if I ever think like, oh, maybe I should start drinking again because then I could start partying again and like, because I have kind of had those thoughts the last 2 months when I feel like really bad and I'm like, oh, I'm heartbroken, I'm alone. Um, my ex is out like living her life, having the best time. Not that I'm like don't think she should be. I think she should be in a great fucking space and doing everything to make her happy. But I'm like, oh, maybe I should do stuff to make me happy. But then I'm like, no, that won't really make me happy. Drinking won't make me happy, and then I'll like get fat again, and then I'll just end up doing dumb shit again and go back. Like this is who I want to be. So yeah, it keeps me in an even keel, especially all the health benefits. Yeah, Orlando, stick around, dog. We're supportive in here. Hell yeah, Orlando. That's awesome to hear, dude. Fuck, it is so hot in this house. Totally see what you're saying, J. Totally understand that. It's not that easy. I've been trying. Believe me, I have been trying. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you have triggers 95% through the day, no problem at all. But the last second, something sets it off. Yep, that's being triggered, man. It happens. And guess what? Like, relapsing is part of the recovery. So if you're triggered and you have a drink, it's not like it's the end of the fucking world, but you just got to get back on, man. Being triggered is a part of the process of being sober. Do I feel my senses have sharpened since sobriety? Definitely. Definitely think my senses have sharpened. I feel overall more in tune with the world, like everything. I'm more in touch with who I am as a human. I feel like my connections to people are stronger. Everything. And definitely my senses. The only thing that sucks now is my eyesight. As you guys know, my eyes are terrible. Raj, thanks for the wise words. Do you think, okay, forget about whatever happened and learn from mistakes on whenever you encounter failure? um, yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, learning from mistakes is a big thing in failure. That's one of the biggest things is just be like, okay, I need to learn from this mistake and grow from it. That's the only thing you can really do, and that's the most helpful thing you can do in a mistake or in a situation where you encounter failure. Avo, my other bro is in the hospital. How can we keep our parents free from our issues, knowing they worry for us? Um, I think your parents are inherently going to always worry about you, man. That's not something that you can keep your issues from your parents. And if your parents are understanding and they care about you, they'll understand that you have issues and they'll help you through those. So I think it's a bad thing to try to keep things from family and friends. If anything, I've been like kind of an advocate of being the most open you possibly can be with family and friends. So I think you shouldn't be afraid of keeping that from them. I think you should let them know. I don't have a pet, Dylan. I used to. Like I said, me and my ex-girlfriend had 2 dogs together, and my Twitter profile picture is one of those dogs that I love a lot. And that's like one of the other hard parts about this breakup is that I haven't seen my dog in 2 months, and she had cancer this past year, so she's like not really that healthy. So I know that her time is coming, and I know that she'll probably die within the next year or two, and I'm like not able to see her for her last year alive, so that sucks. And I don't think I'll be able to get another pet um, with that in mind. So I think, yeah, I think I won't be able to do it. Just like I would not be able to like date another woman right now, because my heart is still with somebody else. Hell yeah, Daniel, your dog is fucking cute as hell, man. Van, I have considered doing a fan watch. That's for sure. And Van, also sorry to hear your dog just died for cancer. That's horrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. That sucks, man. Gonna meet me in 2020? Give me a hug? Fuck yeah, dude. I'm down for hugs. That's a great 2020 goal. Did I not catch as much bars when I was drinking? No, I didn't actually. I look back on watches that I was drinking, and I like don't even think I was really there. I'm like, goddamn, like so much stuff is flying over my head. Yeah, Dylan, completely agree. Got to learn to be okay alone. I've been trying, man. It's been a year and 6 months of being alone. So, but plenty more work to do, man. Plenty more work to fucking do. The work is never done. That's for sure. But yeah, it's a long journey, man. It's a long fucking journey. Do I feel that I have a new crutch to help keep myself together since sobriety? Yeah, I think my biggest crutch now is fitness, and yeah, fitness. I mean, that's the biggest thing is going to the gym and really trying to be a good person. That's a big thing too. Is like trying to be comfortable being wrong, trying to look at things from a perspective that isn't my own and that's not just immediately gratifying towards myself. Those are my new crutches, just trying to be better, like a better human. And the gym is the biggest one, honestly. The gym is something that if I feel terrible, I'll go to the gym and I'll feel a million times better. A GoFundMe to get me glasses, that's hilarious. And yeah, I'm literally the fridge. When I'm in London next, I expect to see you there. I'll dap you up. Hugs from Oakland. Thank you, Van. Met you twice at mass events. Hope to see you at the next one and hang. Fuck yeah, Daniel. Appreciate you, man. Jay Metz. Thank you, man. Love you too. Thank you very much. That year and 6 months, you've grown so much in other ways. Do you allow yourself to be proud of your accomplishments more than you think about past losses or mistakes? Yeah, I do actually. I think I'm more proud of what I've accomplished than beating myself up. I'm very conscious of that, of trying to balance remorse with praise, with self-praise. So I'm definitely more proud of how far I've come rather than remorseful of the things I've done that I'm guilty of in the past. So. I know I can tell my bro things that will turn him away from drugs, but I guess staying strong is an ability that my bro is going to have to figure out on his own. Yeah, unfortunately, man, like if you have a loved one that's going through addictions, like they're gonna have to be the ones that not solve, but get through that themselves. You can never make somebody get sober or get clean. Period. You can't make them do anything. All you can do is point them in the right direction and give them as much support as you possibly can. So giving your brother support is the only thing you can do at this point in time. So you're doing the right thing. Desi, I'm proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you like so much. You're constantly reaching out to me means so much to me. Love from Guam. Mo Peace. My first girlfriend was from Guam. Do you know the Calvo family, like Mossy Calvo? Like they own all the grocery stores in Guam, I guess. I actually kicked it with her. She went to my college, so I know the Calvo family. Dylan, my girlfriend, was recently diagnosed being bipolar, and I've learned a lot about mental health and how hard you have to work to keep positive thoughts because it's so tough. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear about your girlfriend being diagnosed with that. I have a lot of people close in my life that actually have that as well. And also, furthermore, if you want to tune in, Dylan, next week, I'm having Blue back on the show, and she suffers from being bipolar as well. So maybe you can tune in and learn some things about the condition, because I'm admittedly pretty ignorant about being bipolar. So. But yeah, next week we're doing a guest, Blue. She's going to talk about depression, anxiety, and living with being bipolar. Simran, thank you, man. Do you think being involved as much? Do you think being as involved in battle rap as much as you are with the vices that surround you, weed, are the temptations hard to deal with? If so, will it be something that pushes you away? No, if actually, to be honest with you, being in battle rap never tempts me. No matter how much people are drinking around me, none of that. Like, I'm never triggered and never like, oh, I really want to drink because all these other people are drinking. I think I have such a good handle on my sobriety that the only thing that can trigger me is me. No situation can ever trigger me. It's just me. Like, my mental state is the only thing that can trigger me. So battle rap never pushed me away, for that matter. How did I start doing all this stuff with battle rap and film? I have always been involved with film, and I've always loved hip hop. And then I made a battle rap video a long time ago, and that got me to connect with a bunch of people in the scene. It was history from there on out. Nizam, I was watching an old watch, and you're like Avo 2.0 now. It's beautiful. Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. Like those compliments mean so fucking much to me. Like when people say that they've like seen the change and they've noticed it, because I love watching the old watch episodes for that, because it shows me that I truthfully have changed. Because, you know, like a lot of people can be like, oh, I've changed, you don't know, like, you know, I'm a different person now. But I really, really do feel like I'm a different man than I was 2 years ago even. Like I feel like all the self-growth that I've kind of pushed myself into, and also knowing that I have so much more to do, that the journey isn't done yet, that I have a lot of work to still do on myself, is a big thing. Everyone at dinner today was drinking beer, and I kept smelling it and started craving, but grabbed a ginger ale. Fuck yeah, Dizzy. Resist that temptation. It's actually pretty cool. I'll share this, and this is pretty personal. You know, I come from a family of drinkers, and ever since I quit drinking, my family has also quit drinking for the most part. My parents still drink every now and then, and my brother has kind of backed off on it as well. My other brother doesn't drink at all, which is a great thing. But the holidays used to be, for more or less, like a big party. Like we would get together and all get really fucking drunk together. It's a lot of fun, you know, and I felt like I was bonding with my family, which I really wasn't. I was just getting really faded with them. But nowadays, since I don't drink, and it's pretty tight, when I come home for holidays, nobody drinks around me. And I don't know if it's because they don't want to trigger me, but I think in a way it's because they respect the choice and want to be like that themselves, which is incredible, and a big thing. Desi, thanks. Yeah, it feels like that. That's for sure. I wish I had the self-control you got, Avo. I need that when fine women are around, because I always end up trying to get one. Word. Yeah. It's a hard thing to do as well. Thank you, Nizam. Appreciate that, man. Shannon, what's up? I watch Ruiner Day every day. It's super interesting. It's like we watch battles together. Hell yeah. That was the point in doing Watch. That was the point in doing that show. Scotty, love you, man. You played a part in my battle with alcohol. Nothing but respect for the channel and you for being genuine with the fans. Happy holidays, bro. Just got my Ruiner Day hoodie as a gift. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Did you ever think that you would have become the spokesperson for mental health and overcoming addictions? Have you ever thought of growing this platform? No, Grant. I'd never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be talking to 70 people on the internet about sobriety, be single, and not with my ex-girlfriend. I never thought that. And it's a wonderful thing. Life is a wonderful journey. It brings you to places you never, ever would think you would be brought to. If you were to tell me 4 years ago that, hey, in 4 years, you and your ex are not going to be together. You're going to be living in a one-bedroom apartment with this guy. You're not going to see your dogs, but you're also going to be almost 2 years sober, and your family's going to become sort of sober through it too. And then you're going to have a weekly show around mental health. I would have fucking laughed in your face. I never expected to get here. I don't consider myself a spokesperson. I just think that I have a platform that I can offer people to talk on. I don't want to be a spokesperson like, oh, I got sober and I did it. Look at me. Like, I don't want to be super self-indulgent because I feel like I get like that sometimes, and that like bothers me when I'm like, on this show I talk about myself too much. But yeah, I want to grow this platform a lot more. I think this is a great thing. A group therapy session, I think, is something that everybody needs in life. And I think also being transparent and being real with yourself is something that the battle rap community especially needed. You know, me being a guest in a black culture is a big thing. And, you know, like the black culture is also not very open about mental health issues as well. I talked to Oops about it, and he was telling me a lot about that. I never actually knew that. And I think myself, Oops, the saga, a lot of other people coming out about these issues and not being afraid of people just like fucking hating on them or making fun of them is a big thing. So yeah, I definitely want to grow this platform as much as I possibly can. Make 3XL hoodies, maybe in the future, man. Hell yeah, Orlando. Appreciate that, man. Have you ever thought of creating your own Ruin Your Day podcast where you talk about all life issues with battle rappers? I'd love to enjoy and listen. Yeah, Raj, actually that was kind of what this was meant to be. So I'm going to try to, as this platform grows, get more battle rappers on. I had Hollow on. I had Lush on. I've had Blue on. I'm going to have Blue on again next Wednesday. So yeah, it's going to be good. Avo, what are the chances of going back to addiction if you do it once in a blue moon or whatever was your choice of substance? Will that trigger you into a black hole? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think for me personally, I'll never be somebody. I mean, I might be in the future, like maybe like 10 years later, like I might be somebody that can have a glass of wine every now and then. But for me, it's just something that doesn't even tempt me or even see like something I want to do. A bigger addiction of mine is sex addiction. That's something that's way more prevalent in my life because sex is something that I obviously will have again in the future. And I just need to learn to approach it from a healthy standpoint and not go back and do a black hole of like getting into crazy situations and filming porn. So it's something that I definitely need to work on to answer your question. Frisky, reaching out to people, avocado is a great thing. I appreciate people like you to the utmost. You honestly is striking. I like it. Your honesty is striking. I like it. Thank you, Frisky. 1990. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Is it crazy that you have fans? How do you meet all the battlers? Yeah, it is crazy I have fans. I trip out on it. The real Fob Deep. Counting smack in for intros is part of the vibe. Yeah, man, the funniest thing about the count-in is when he doesn't hear me. Is when I'm like, 1, 2, 3, and they just don't say anything. They're like, all right, do it again. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my fucking voice. And if you guys know me, I'm not really a loud person. The only thing I can really say loud is 1, 2, 3. But even here, I feel like I run out of breath easy. I don't know, even though my cardio is pretty good. It's kind of crazy. But hell yeah, DJ Kev Supreme. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad I helped you through whatever, but I helped you a little bit. And the worst part is also when I do those countdowns in big room battles. Like during lockdown, he had me yell 1, 2, 3 over like 2,000 people. I'm like, how are you going to hear me? And I was like asking the sound guy, I was like, do you have a mic I could use? And he's like, nah. I'm like, cool. So I just have to yell now. You need Diz to do your count-ins? Yeah, I know. I had the homie from Black Market Media do it one time. He's a lot louder than me. And then I've also had HBY do it at Town Business, and he's louder than me too. So, but everybody wants to count in, man. Really? Arsenal versus Verb. We need that Philly damn guy back. Hell yeah, we do. Nice journey you on, man. What's the best battle you filmed? I don't know. I want to kind of still keep this about mental health and keep it a little bit away from battle rap for the time being. We still got like 5 more minutes. We can still talk about some stuff. About to go eat dinner with my fam. But yeah, what else do you guys want to chat about? And also, here is my phone number. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat. I'm not going to be on Twitter for like a couple more days, possibly another week if things go well. I'm feeling not a lot better about not being on Twitter because I still feel like fucking dog shit, but feeling a little bit better about things, I guess. How's my Christmas been? It's been good. It's been really good. Spent a lot of time with my family. I got some cool stuff. I got some workout shirts. That was nice. Derek, 11 weeks alcohol free today. Fuck yes, dude. 11 weeks is huge, man. Congrats, Derek. Big round of applause for you, my man. Raj, Avo is an 18-year-old guy. What's your thoughts on taking risks in life? I think risks in life are completely necessary, and you have to take them. You don't take any risks, you're just going to live a comfortable life, and living in the comfortable is not anything that's going to make you grow. So you have to live in the uncomfortable every now and then. One of the best ways to keep your mental health straight is by helping others, even small things like holding a door, giving a compliment, or offering to carry something for someone. Colin, completely agree, man. Completely agree. Scotty, go check out Ninja Scroll. That's a good anime. Yeah, Real Deal vs. Chilla will be released again. Why? Why wasn't it released? I thought it was supposed to come out today. What happened? Louisiana Drip. So you have anxiety and depression, man. Tune in next week. I'm talking with my good friend Blue. She suffers from anxiety and depression as well. She could probably give you some good advice on ways to cope with those things. Louisiana Drip. But tune in next week, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same thing. Same time, same place. Artur Avo is, as being a once adult performer, have you really made love to your prior girlfriend? Personally, I haven't really ever made love, felt love from a female, as I've only had one-nighters. Yeah, Artur, I've like, to be fucking really probably too much information on this channel, I've like cried during sex with my ex-girlfriend. Like I've made like love that to be honest with you, I don't think, I'm like afraid that I'm not going to make ever again. Yeah, so I've had very, very intimate moments, regardless of me being a sex addict. And that's a problem with sex addiction, is it focuses too much on pleasure as a sensation rather than intimacy with pleasure. And that's the healthy way of having pleasure, is with intimacy. Because nowadays we're so, as a society, we're so focused on pleasure as a sensation rather than pleasure with intimacy. So when you get mad, how do you stop from going more and more downhill, especially when you are at work in a place you don't want to be? MMN, yeah, man, that's a very good question. When you're angry and when you're doing something in life that you don't want to be doing, it's really, really hard not to go on a downward spiral. But the thing is, when you know you're going on a downward spiral, the most important thing is to check yourself on that. Be like, I'm going in a downward spiral, and what you need to do is, if you're at work and you get off work, don't focus on any toxic behaviors. Like, don't, like, for example, don't go home and just watch porn by yourself. Don't go drink. Don't go do drugs. Do something healthy. Go to the gym. Go on a walk. Eat food that's really good for you. Eat fruits, vegetables. Do something that's going to make you feel better and feel like you kind of accomplished something. And I guarantee that will snap you out of that. So when you're at work and you feel like yourself just getting more and more mad, just being like, just say this to yourself. This feeling will pass. I'm feeling angry right now, and I won't feel angry all day. I know this feeling will pass. And get more used to saying, instead of like I am angry, say I am feeling angry, because that gives more responsibility to yourself rather than the emotion given all the weight and all the leadership. So yeah. What's your way to deal with things? Mine is alcohol and drugs occasionally. Mine is neither of those things. My way to deal with things is to reflect on myself, go to therapy, exercise, and try to be a good human being. That's my way of dealing with stuff. What's my thoughts on college? College is incredible. I think it's a great thing. Language is so important. Yes, how you speak does change your perspective. Of course, it's a big thing. Like giving power to things. Like I'm depressed. You could say I'm feeling sad, rather. Have you ever done acupuncture, tai chi, yoga? No, I've not done either of those, but I should. I should do yoga. Yeah, I should try acupuncture. I've been meaning to actually try that deprivation tank or whatever it is, where you like deprives you of all your outside sensations, and then you're just like floating in darkness. I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah. But yes, guys, thank you for tuning in to Ruin an Hour. It's been an hour. Merry Christmas to everybody. I thank you guys all for tuning in to the chat. If you guys have any other questions, I'm going to keep the chat open just for a little bit more. And you guys can talk about it amongst each other. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Love everybody. And Merry Christmas. Next week, Ruin an Hour will be live, same place, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, with Blue, talking about dealing with bipolar issues, anxiety, and depression. And yeah, guys, hope you guys have a good rest of your Christmas day. I'll be doing more watches soon. I apologize for the absence of so many watches. And yeah, peace out, guys. Love y'all.